You know, something I miss talking about? Franklin half dollars. And why do we not get to talk about Franklin half dollars often? It's because we can't find gorgeous coins in uncirculated condition. It's been not weeks, months, where for the longest time, every show had some special tied to it. Well, tonight we're lucky. I got a small number of the first 4 years. So the Franklin half dollar series started in 1948. It replaced the Walking Liberty half dollar, the design that's on our Silver Eagle today. Due to the unfortunate events of President Kennedy passing away and the special half dollar introduced in 1964, the Franklin half dollar series only lasted 16 years. Only 16 years. Compared to the Kennedy, can you believe it's been 60 years so far? Wow, huh? So at this time in history, we had the Lincoln cent, we had the Jefferson nickel, we had the Roosevelt dime, we had the Washington quarter, all of them presidential circulating coins. And then we changed the Walking Liberty to the only non-president, the first non-president, real person put on one of our circulating coins. And it was tribute to our greatest founding father, Benjamin Franklin. The Liberty Bell on the reverse, a different story. Many of you might remember that the reverse of all of our half dollars up until this point in history was a big eagle of some sort, an eagle design. Now that goes back to the Second Continental Congress, when we were forming our government, and the conversation was, what of our national symbol? And there's a lot of traction with the eagle, the majestic eagle as being that. Franklin, however, had a different viewpoint, and he was by himself. He wanted the turkey, a more wholesome bird, and as a result, lost. But paying tribute to this man, on the back of the coin, you'll notice there's a small eagle at about 3 o'clock. Satisfies the requirement, but directs his coin right to, well, what he was doing for us, which is helping us win our independence, the Liberty Bell itself in Philadelphia. So the Philadelphia Mint struck all 16 years of the beautiful Franklin half dollar. And below the E and the S in states, which you see right here at the top of the coin, you'll notice there's a blank area. That is where the mint mark would go. But Philadelphia has no mint mark. Denver is a D, San Francisco is an S. So when you turn it over and you see no mint mark, you know what you got. These are the first 4 years of issue, everybody. So 48 through 51, as your graphic says. With that said, look at the price. $119.80 divided by 4 means we're under $30 for an uncirculated, gorgeous, early issue Franklin half dollar. That's why we haven't had a lot of these on. We can't find the coins to make the price points work for any of us and or you. If you look at my competitors, here is where they're at. All of them over 60 bucks. $60 to $63 each, all across the board. 60 times 4 is $240. Add a few dollars for the rounding errors, and that's where you're at. So tonight, not $240, we're half the price. Worth the wait, absolutely. Now, one of the issues and the reasons why you don't see a lot of Franklins, beautiful Franklins anymore, is it was the last large silver coin in circulation. The 90% silver Kennedy was only 1 year, 1964, and then we had the beautiful 40% until 1970. But the big series of 90% silver wasn't a silver dollar. The silver dollar ended in 1935. At that point, we made enough. So there we had a dime, the quarter, and the half dollar in circulation, all U.S. coin, 90% silver. So what happened late 1970s, early 1980s, other than gas prices and all the other fun things, right? Silver goes to $50 an ounce for the first time in recorded history. $50 an ounce. Now, I was a paper boy in the 60s. I was in the heydays because, again, my grandfather taught me to collect, had my punch books, my Whitmans, etc., and then all my extra silver. Because it was the late 60s when I was a paper boy, I threw them in the cans, literally coffee cans, separated by denomination. And then the Unk coins were always kept aside in tubes. So all of a sudden, we had these 50-cent pieces we set aside for 50 cents. And now it's silver at $50 an ounce. What happened? Everything but the kitchen sink. And if the kitchen sink was silver, I'm guessing that was melted too. Silverware, anything you name it, dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Do the math. One of these half dollars melted at 20 bucks a piece. At silver at 50. We saw that again in the last decade when it hit 50 for the second time. So, what happened to all the coins? Well, they disappeared. Now, and then the second part is, well, the grading services, NGC and PCGS, didn't really come about until the late 1980s after all of this. So it wasn't like we were saving the best stuff and we melted the worst stuff. We melted everything because there was really no difference. Now there is. So again, tonight, give me a 30-second clock, please. I've been babbling a lot. Just love talking about this series. Why? Because you can go back almost 3/4 of a century. That's a lot of history, a lot of time. 90% silver, uncirculated, and they're still under $30, at least here at America's Value Channel. And it's not 4 random coins from early on. It is the 4. 48, 49, 50, 51. The first 4 years of issue. As I referenced, my competitions over 240 were half of that. And all the quality, all the value. This item, all Franklins in uncirculated condition are values.